She said that she wanted to show the police where the kids were. I asked her how come she doesn't show me. I'm their father, I could pick them up. And then she just said that it wouldn't do anything for her to show me, that she needed to show the police herself. No, that was a complete act today. She sounded nothing like that on any of our phone conversations, on any other conversations I've heard. That was an act. Either that was an act or they medicated her right before they came here. And that's how she sounds whenever the medication makes her groggy and stuff. It wouldn't shock me if they did something like that even.
What's your opinion of the judge's ruling on this?
I think he made it without hearing from some of the right people. I mean, I would have liked to have had my say. I think that he's going off of he doesn't have enough information to decide one way or another. So I mean, but he does what he does. It's not up to me. So.
You still have hope?
Oh, about them being alive? Oh no, I believe that. Period. Yeah. If I didn't, I wouldn't be standing here. You know, I'd be somewhere else broken down. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. If you guys have questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Do you think she does know where they are?
Yeah, well, I'll put it like this. I think she knew where they were. I think she knows where she thinks they are. It's possible they've been moved because it's been so much time, though. That's the only thing I would say. But even if she could take us to where she took them initially, that would help us get to where they are now. So I think that...
Can I just get this clear?
Sure.
Within the last week, did you talk to Catherine?
Yes.
And did Catherine say she wanted to take police to the spot where the children are?
Several times.
She said that to you how many times?
I would say in one conversation 2 or 3, and in the other conversation probably another 2 times.
She said she wanted to take the police to the spot where the children are.
Right. In 2 separate occasions, she said that in 3 or 4 times in the conversation.
And you believe she knows where the children are?
I do. Do I believe that she was necessarily going to take them? I don't know. But to me, I'm less worried about getting a conviction than getting my children back, and I feel like there's some people who are more worried about how court goes than if the kids come home.
Okay. Mrs. Hoggle, will you just step over there? So I want to ask you a question. Within the last week, have you talked to Catherine?
Catherine, per the motion of the court, that Catherine did call me and request to speak to the police. She wants to give an answer on these children. The focus is on finding the children. Okay, she's my daughter. This is heartbreaking to me. But she did call my mother and told my mother to have her call me, to have me call her, and that's what happened.
Within the last week, have you talked to Catherine?
Yes.
And did Catherine say she wanted to take the police to the spot where the children are?
That is correct.
And do you believe Catherine knows where the children are?
I hope that her readiness to show us where the children are is yes. What do we have to lose?
So what do you make of what happened in the court today?
Well, I guess I'm a little stunned by Mr. Felsen's assertion that Catherine didn't call me. I mean, you can, and ask, there are witnesses, and she asked for Detective Dimitri Rubin and to come and talk to her so she could disclose where the children are, for him to take her. So thank you all for keeping the children's faces out there and for coming.
Good afternoon. My name is John McCarthy. I'm the state's attorney for Montgomery County. We've just left the courtroom of Judge Eugene Wolf, where we made a request in open court to allow Ms. Hoggle, who had made repeated requests over the last week to various family members, to allow her to take them to the location of her children. As we stated in court, we have no idea whether that would be fruitful or not, but felt there was an obligation to go into open court and ask the court to sign an order so that she could be released from Perkins and make that effort with the police as she had requested to the father of these children, to her mother, and to a friend of hers whose name was mentioned in court as well. The court has ruled and indicated that we're not going to be permitted to do that. I think the family is disappointed with that. But again, I thought my primary obligation as the state's attorney was to provide the court with the information we had and ask them for permission to allow her to help us find these children who've now been missing about 2 months. This matter is, as was mentioned in court, is now set for trial on all 3 of these counts by January. But as I said in court earlier, I fully anticipate a superseding indictment in this matter prior to that date, and so the January date, I think, is just a placeholder.
Are you preparing to charge Catherine Hoggle with the murder of her 2 children?
That investigation is continuing. We work every day with the Montgomery County Police. That is something that is under consideration, I think, is part of our ongoing investigation. I don't think I can directly comment to that. I only say, as I said in court, there will be a superseding indictment.
Is it likely that it could possibly be a murder indictment?
In light of the fact that we have not seen these children, that is something we are pursuing and investigating with the police. That is something that is actively being investigated. Whether that's the appropriate charge, final decision will come in the next several weeks.
Mr. McCarthy, if the psych evaluation does come back before the next court date, is there any opportunity to file that motion?
If the psych evaluation does come back from Clifton T. Perkins, and I think there's a possibility it might actually be received before the 19th, which is the due date, we could ask the judge, in light of some of his comments today, to reconsider. Clearly, if there was a competency finding, we would, I will tell you, we will ask the court to reconsider what he did today. If we receive a report prior to the 19th, we will act expeditiously on any new information that might change what happened here today in court. Thanks very much.
Mr. Felsen, why not allow her to go to police and see if there's any proof of what she's saying?
It's not an issue of allowing her. As the court stated, and we're happy that Judge Wolf understood the issue, she's not able to do that. And he found, as a result of her profound mental health issues, that she's not competent to participate in this in any way. We're glad that the court found that way. We're glad that the court ordered that the police not have contact with her unless and until there's a finding of competency, and even then, that her lawyers are required to be present in that circumstance.
She doesn't want to play.
I'm sorry?
Want to go to the police anyway.
No, she does not.
So you said that she don't believe that she said that she will leave you with the children. What do you think she said?
We don't know, and everybody needs to understand, as Judge Wolf recognized, the profound nature of the mental health issues in this case. This woman has a diagnosed and published history of psychosis, of paranoia, of delusions. To think that she is in a position where she would be able to render any meaningful assistance or non-assistance just logically makes no sense given the circumstances of this case.
So has Ms. Hoggle ever discussed the children to see their whereabouts?
I can't answer that question.
What's the harm if you're with her and just checking to see if maybe she can tell?
The issue in this case is that the police took action circumventing our relationship and our representation of Ms. Hoggle.
The judge didn't say he didn't want that.
Oh, he certainly did. The judge said that they are to have...
He didn't dismiss it as a charge.
There were several sanctions that we asked for. One was dismissal. He said he'll deal with that in the future. One was an order that the police not have contact with her without counsel being present, and he granted that.
Mr. Felsen, a little later actually. Did you talk to Catherine Hoggle today? Did you ask Catherine Hoggle if she wanted to go with the police to help them find her children?
All I can tell you is that we have been in regular contact with Ms. Hoggle. I can't discuss the nature of any conversations I had with her.
But did she say to you she did not want to go with the police today to help them find her children?
I'm sorry, I can't answer that question.
In court, did she say that she didn't want to go with the police?
I represented on behalf of my client that she does not have the desire to go and meet with the police.
And go and search for her children?
That's what I said.
You said in court.
That's what I said.
Is there any priority in finding the children?
Yes, there's certainly a priority in finding the children. We understand how significant this is, but the logic of thinking that someone who is in her circumstance can do that strains credulity. She can't do it. She's not in a place to do it. The mental health issues here are profound. This isn't a case of where somebody just is feeling a little blue. This is profound psychosis, at least as we understand it.
You said that she was profoundly different today than prior to October 1st. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
We believe, and we are not mental health professionals, but we believe that as a result of the conduct that took place on October 1st, she has had more difficulties understanding what's going on. She's had more difficulties understanding relationships between people. And we think that she has, as I said in court, gone downhill in terms of mental health.
Sir, her husband came out and said, look, what we saw today in court was a complete act. Those are his words. Can you respond to that kind of characterization?
No, I'm not going to respond to that characterization. She's in the care of doctors right now. I think they would know better.